Clear of reporting.
Hello comrades. They've done it again. Another banger league is coming. Yes, the mercenaries are gone, but GGG promised that we will see them again in the future.
Sure, they'll come back eventually, it's just, yeah, how?
Last couple leagues was not that good for Flicker, but 3.27 should be big. Killing a lot of monsters on a screen sounds like a Flicker strike job. So yeah, this time we got something completely new, reworked Breach League. Looks cool, but hard to say until we played it. So, what is the biggest change in 3.27? Without a doubt, 10 Bloodline ascendancies. This change alone will create so much build variety, it's insane. And, it's not just free power creep, because we actually have to use our own points. Not like in Affliction League. So maybe this will go core permanently. We were expect to see Warden class from Pharisha, but it would be too OP. Most of the Bloodline ascendancies are way too specific. And also, it's a huge buff for all Scion builds. Since we can put our last 2 points into something more useful. Let's talk about reworked Assassin. Is he good for Flicker? Well, not really. Crit chance is not even that important for most high budget builds. And obviously, we have to use Flicker Strike of Power, and to be fair, it's 10 times worse than normal Flicker. Since Flicker feels really bad without decent amount of attack speed. Poison damage also doesn't scale that well with Flicker. But, Assassin Flicker has even more potential than you think. Shadowed Blood. What's so special about it, you might wanna ask. So, this ascendancy could fix our biggest problem with Golden Rule, and the Red Trail combo. Golden Rule is a jewel, that reflects all bleeds, and poison damage we inflict. And with the Red Trail, we have 100% chance to get Frenzy Charge on hit while bleeding. The main problem with this combo, is that even small amount of bleed, or poison could kill us. But, we need to keep those debuffs, in order to get Frenzy Sustain. And that's why, Shadowed Blood is so good. It gives us unaffected effect, instead of immune. Sounds cool on a paper. But, the scaling part is kinda bad anyway. Slayer is just better as always. But, Assassin now is more viable for COD builds, that's for sure. Since we don't have to use Feral's Fur. Uniques are now craftable, but, we have to sacrifice one of the mod. So potentially, we can have Warrior's Legacy, without less attack speed mod. We still don't know exactly how this works, and we know that not every unique can be crafted this way. Similar to Sanctum, now we have extra slot for League Trinket. We don't know much yet, but since it's a craftable item, it's probably nothing too big. Maybe we can get about 5 to 20% more damage from those things. Cyclone got buffed, 20% more damage is big. Maybe we will try self-chill build again, with a different character. Volatile Dead, Spellslinger, and Necromancer were also buffed, maybe we can cook something with those. And of course, tons of new quality of life, and asynchronized trade. So, let's get to the point of the video, our starter build. It was supposed to be our league starter in 3.26, but, we started with Berserker instead. So, it's time to finally try it. Champion, Fortify stacking. Last time we skipped this build for one reason, we thought that the build would be very expensive. And, it was. Celestial Brace was stupidly overpriced, around 60 divines in the first week. But, it's not the end of the world anyway, we can play without this unique, it's not that important. Also, GGG just buffed the most annoying unique in the game, Beacon of Madness. Plus 15 maximum fortification, 20% chance to deal double damage, sounds really OP. What's the gimmick? We need to activate this aura, Glorious Madness. It will inflict a random touch debuff every 2 seconds, 1 second before 3.27. Debuffs are quite harsh, less action speed, more damage taken, less life recovery rate, and less flasks charges gained. So, how are we supposed to deal with all those debuffs? We can stack debuffs on you expire faster. Warp Timepiece, extra 100%, and it will be especially good, with new unique crafting system. The Torrent's Reclamation, Temporal Rift, some passive nodes, and, Rune Graft of the Warp. We can't use Stasis Prison, for obvious reasons. About 200% should be enough, hopefully. So, GGG just released last 7 Bloodline ascendancies, and turns out, we have even more reasons to use this boots. With this ascendancy, we will inflict new debuff, that reduce action speed, and increased damage taken to all nearby enemies every second. So yeah, we'll definitely try this unique. If it feels bad, we can just use something else, it's not a big deal. We can still get around 50 fortify, even without Beacon of Madness, so, we'll be okay. Why we chose Champion? It's obvious, unstoppable hero, 3% increased attack speed per fortification above 20. So, with 50 fortification, we can get around 90% attack speed. Also, we can get more armor and evasion rating. On top of that, we can use Perseverance. It's cheap, and very effective unique, if we stack both evasion and armor. Plus, don't forget that we can craft uniques now. So many possibilities with this new mechanic. What else? Master of Metal, Extra Impale, and flat damage is giga good. And last one, Worthy Woe. 15% more damage, and free accuracy rating. That's big. So overall, Champion solves every problem, tons of DPS, huge attack speed, and most importantly, giga effective hit pool. Champion after 3.26 might be even better than Slayer. The only problem, like we said before, is expensive uniques. But, it's just temporary issue. As always, we will start with Terminus Est. Mandatory early game item, because it can generate frenzy charges. Bronze Live, Darkrai Vectors, Carnage Heart, La Hoop of All, are good cheap uniques as well. And of course, leveling. The easiest way to level your melee character is Sunder. High damage, high AoE, very effective early on. All we need is decent attacks, with flat fizz, physical damage, and attack speed. Preferably, we need to change our weapon every 10 levels or so, until we reach the endgame, and switch to swords. What about the tree? It's important to avoid all crit passive nodes. They are completely useless early on. Instead, we need increased physical damage, attack speed, life, and resistances. Here is the leveling tree. Also, if you want more details about leveling and early mapping, check our POB. And thanks to a guy for helping with this. So yeah, we can't wait to finally play 3.27, this league is gonna be big. Asynchronized trade, quality of life, extra ascendancies, craftable uniques, so much stuff is coming, and most amazing part, it only took 4 months to make all this stuff, crazy. And of course, if you like this video, leave a like, or comment, or both. See ya in the next videos, comrades.
Ready, comrade.